Alright guys, we are on Duck Key, about 55 miles away from Key West, and now we are on Grassy Key. So that was, just got off Duck Key, which that was a very small island. Now that is kind of what I expected all the keys to be, but I was mistaken. Now we are on Grassy Key, what the sign said, and the ocean is to the right. Look at that, man. Alright guys, so we are on another big long bridge, and this might be the longest one so far, and probably the longest one on the entire road to Key West. If I'm not mistaken, I do remember hearing about a 7-mile bridge, and I'm wondering if this is the one. Quite possibly be. That next key seems to be way far ahead in the distance. You can barely see the land over there. Wind is not really bad right now. Wow, check out those guys' houses. I'm assuming once we climb up on top of that, it's gonna get worse. But right now, it's not too bad. I'm not quite sure what the other one on the right side is. Moser channel. Okay, so here we go, going up. I don't know what that is. Okay, so not too bad wind-wise, not as before. I don't feel like the bike's dancing under me. Look at that view though, man. Yeah, so this right here, this is what I was imagining thinking about the Florida Keys. Just a straight highway right over the water. That's a cool little island out there. Yeah, so this has got to be the 7 Mile bridge, I think. I don't look at my odometer to confirm it, but so I guess I'll talk a little bit about what prompted me to take this ride. I may have mentioned it before in an earlier video, but kind of had it on my mind, kind of like a bucket list item to try and do some longer rides. This is why I bought this S1000F for sport touring and long distance riding, so I might as well go on long trips with it. But I've had in mind to kind of hit the 4 different corners of the United States, and I love to go to New York to see the 9/11 memorial. And the opportunity just came to do this trip because a coworker of mine offered to work some of my days over a 2-week period, and I was like, sure, man, I know what I can do if you want to work extra for me. And yeah, just went for it, and now I can cross this off the list. Road to Florida Keys. I have to admit, I could not live here in Florida. For one, I would not want to go through oh, okay, so it's people. It's like a people bridge. I would not want to go through hurricanes down here. Excuse me. I would not want to deal with that. Second of all, I love sunshine, and I hate overcast days like this. I just want to live in a place where it's sunny like all the time, and Phoenix is pretty much that. Rains very rarely, and there's like over 300 days of sunshine, so that's my ideal place to live. And yeah, I just don't like rain. This kind of weather depresses me, honestly. It just gets me down, and yeah, I could not live here. And one of the most shocking things to me is the way people drive around here, especially on the east coast of Florida. It's just insane. I mean, literally, I-95 stands for 95 miles an hour. And I mean, even on the way here, like my friend here, he's ahead of me. He lives down here in Boca. He was literally doing 100 miles an hour on the freeway, and I'm trying to keep up with him. And to me, that it's just not my kind of riding. It doesn't give me a rush. I get nothing out of that, and I just don't understand why people drive crazy down here. And he was telling me that it's the culture and people moving down from New York, and that makes a lot of sense. But to me, that's kind of sad if you're in that, if you live life so fast-paced that you literally have to speed everywhere. And what blows my mind is that there's literally no cops around. Like, coming down I-95, I did not see like a single cop car sitting there. Like, they just don't care. It's like normal. And if you're going slower than 95, you're like in people's way. My friend was saying that the east coast of Florida is completely different. It's a different culture. It's very chill. So I am actually very excited and looking forward to going back around the east coast. I'm sorry, around the west coast of Florida, up through Naples, Sarasota, and then back to, I think I'm gonna stay again in the Funny Springs. I really like that area. But yeah, it's a cool place to visit. It's a cool place to see, especially if you're a very if you're very into the ocean. And I'm sure it's even more pleasant to be down here in the summertime. Right now it's kind of chilly, the water's cold. I personally am not a water person. I don't really care about the ocean. I think it's cool to see it, but to swim in it, to surf, to jet ski, not really big into those things. I like more the mountains, hiking, mountain biking, things like that. So, but yeah. And this is actually my second time to Florida. I was in Florida before, back in 1997, the first year that I moved to the States. Have some very distant relatives. At the time they were living in West Palm Beach, so my parents and I drove down to Florida, to West Palm Beach. And I remember being in awe at orange trees. I remember trying to climb one and then falling off of it and scratching my leg really bad, and I've got a mark from that too, so that's like a little mark of remembrance from my days in Florida. And here we go again, nice little bridge. Got another one to the left. Picking up speed here. Wind is not too bad. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause the video. This was a little bit of a long one, and yeah, we are 30 miles away from Key West. I will catch you back in a little bit. Thanks for watching.